Hello, everyone. It's me, Allison, and welcome to my weekly Meltdowns coverage of Survivor Season 37, David versus Goliath. And tonight, it's just the dysfunctional duo that you love so much. It's Tyler Lyons.
I actually will be referred to as the mayor of Slamtown, John, for the rest of the season. So if you could call me that, please. Thank you.
You're not going to be Abraham Lincoln?
Yeah, well, that's if you ever get tired of the mayor of Slamtown, you can call me Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln. Like that guy, I even have in my notes, my hand hurts too bad to write down this guy's names John came up with. Well, tonight we're a little late. Last week we had the premiere of Survivor and Big Brother, finale Big Brother 20. So we kind of had to pick which one to cover, and we covered Big Brother. And tonight we're just going over the first episode of Survivor and talk a little mess about the cast because there's tons.
Yeah.
And then
we are in our 37th season of Survivor.
It's insane to me that it's 37 seasons of Survivor. I remember way back in the day in 2000 with season 1 and waiting that night for them to announce the winner, because that was kind of like, before social media and all that. And
if 50 million people watched that first finale.
Yeah. I remember I was sitting there. My son was 3.5, asleep in my lap, and I'm sitting next to my parents at their house on the couch and waiting for them to announce Richard Hatch as the winner. Yeah. And that was the last time, I believe, that they ever announced the winner like that, or
yeah. Like from there on out, they did it like at the live show where Jeff like takes the urn and like travels across the ocean via jet ski and like all this shit. But I started watching season 2, Australia, and I was only 10 years old at the time. So me and my mom would watch it together, and I would get so excited, like watching like the votes being read every week and stuff. And here we are, 37 seasons later. And
37 seasons later. It's so funny to me because it's crazy because, like, my son, like I said, he was 3.5, almost 4 during the first season, and he and I, as he got a little bit older, that was our big thing. It used to come on Thursday nights at 7. And that was our big thing. Like, it was officially fall, and it was, yay, Survivor's coming on. And Jacob's first, Jay Breezy, my son, Jay Breezy, his first real, I think, season he remembers watching full out and understanding it was Pearl Islands with the big guy with the beard. What's his name? Rupert. And to this day, Jacob talks about Rupert. It's hilarious to me. That's what he remembers. But let's get into this new season 37, David versus Goliath, and I'm going to let you take it, Tyler.
Yes. So we start off like we have been in seasons past lately, with all of the tribe members, or all the cast members, on a boat. They're already divided up into 2 tribes, and they're all wondering, oh, like, I wonder what the theme is and stuff like that. And I think, like, from here on out for the rest of the show's history, we're just going to see kind of like themed seasons like this, since we seem to be sticking around at Fiji. It's no longer like about the location anymore. It's all Fiji all the time, and I'm kind of okay with that, because even like a weaker theme like this year, they always like swap at like the 2nd or 3rd episode anyway. So I'm okay with it. Like, the theme kind of dissolves. So Jeff has to really make the most out of the theme while it still makes sense with the tribe lines. So that's why we see him going right away, like talking about like, well, first they like bring in the Goliath tribe, and they're like really like chauvinistic and really proud that they're these like Goliaths and everything. And then they cut to Christian, and he's like stumbling getting on the boat, and he's like, what am I doing here? And
the funny thing to me about that is, oh, hi, Auburn Payne. We have someone in the chat. We have one person in the chat. I thought it was funny is because at this point they didn't know it was David versus Goliath.
Yeah.
So all of the Goliaths were on the boat and no problem getting on the boat. They're all standing there like, oh, this is a big bulky group. And then you see little Christian's head bob down like a whack-a-mole. And they're like, oh, Lord, here it is.
Yeah, exactly. And just like physically, you can see the difference, like how stacked the Goliath tribe is compared to the David tribe. And I want to compare it to Survivor Australia because they're finishing up their season right now called Champions versus Contenders, which is literally just the same thing as David versus Goliath. And the Champions team was just totally stacked of like all these like Olympic athletes and shit. And it's of course like to no surprise that in the end, like there's like 4 champions and like 1 contender just like hanging on for dear life. And I think that US will prevent this a little bit better than the Australian season because the US season does swap so often. So I feel like we're not going to see like a complete shutout because of these like often like swaps that we have and everything.
And hey, Benita is in the chat.
So right away, Nick and Allison stand out to me as serious threats on the Goliath tribe. I think that Allison, she's poised to be really physical, but she seems to be a really strong mentally person too. I could see her being like a Kim Spradlin type of character, and I really like what I'm seeing from her so far.
Let me ask you a question. Did it just kill you to say that Allison is a mentally strong anything?
I can say that confidently that I've never said that before in my entire life until now. So
love it. Every time, I just gotta say real quick. Every time Jeff Prost says Allison, I'm like, ah!
Yeah. Oh well, that was me with Big Brother this year too. So I totally get it. And my first impression, good-wise anyway, Gabby seems to be standing out to me as somebody to watch and look out for too. She's got that like nerdy kind of vibe about her. However, like in her bio, like preseason, she said that like she goes on hikes by herself a lot. And that really stood out to me as somebody who I feel like has like at least like some kind of athletic prowess. Like the average hiker only goes on hikes like with friends or family or stuff like that. So the fact that she's doing this like by herself like really stood out to me in a positive way. I think she's going to be a really well-rounded player, both like strategically and physically. So that's who I had like an immediate good first impression of. But of course, like then Jeff Probst like throws a twist in there, like he always has to. And so he asked the Goliath tribe, all right, you guys are going to pick the 2 weakest people. And of course, like me as like a super fan, I'm sure like you were thinking like the same thing, Allison, like, all right, like what's the twist here? Like, are they gonna like swap? Like my immediate thought was like, are they going to like, are the 2 weakest going to join like the Goliath tribe, and like the 2 strongest that they pick, are they going to go over to the David tribe? That's what I thought would have happened, and that's what I would have liked to have seen happen with this. I think that would have been really interesting and kind of even out the playing field. So they pick Lursa and Christian. I'm loving Lursa too. She's so funny. And then the Goliaths pick Allison and John for the strongest. So to even the playing field, they ask Lursa and Christian to pick like which team does which. And obviously they made the right decisions for themselves because they won the challenge.
Right.
And it was a really cool way to start the season, in my opinion, because it shows that like it really paints the David tribe as like a really like underdog kind of story. And we're starting off the season with like David's like they have the disadvantage, but they're still like a good cohesive team. And they could be a serious threat to the Goliath tribe if they play their cards right.
Right. And I like the way that, you know, I don't know, because in my mind, I'm sitting here thinking on the Goliath tribe, they're sitting there and they're like, okay, we got to pick the strongest people to go against, you know, Big Bang Theory and Purple Chick. as they put it. You know, do we really want to put our 2 strongest up against them? Do we really want to come out the gate looking like jerks? No, John does that for you already. No problem.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I thought it was really neat because I kind of got a cocky vibe from, I mean, I like Allison and John, but I just kind of felt like it was like I got a cocky vibe from them. It's like, yeah, we got it, fist bump.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. I mean, that whole Goliath tribe, like their first impression is like looking at the size of their tribe, like team members, and then they look over and see these like dinky little like nerds like hanging on for dear life, like almost stumbling, like falling onto the boat and stuff. Auburn Payne in the chat says the Big Bang Theory cracked me up. I thought that was so funny. That
made me laugh too. And I could have just when they said pick the 2 weakest people, I'll be honest with you, not because I thought they were weak, but those were the 2 that I thought they were going to pick, like immediately, because they were different.
Yeah, like, exactly.
Christian kind of waddling around, and of course you're going to pick the chick with the multicolored hair. I mean,
right, exactly. Like we've seen a lot of like the nerdy super fans over the years between like Cochran, like Ryan Ulrich on Heroes versus Healers versus Hustlers. We've seen this archetype like really play out. However, I think that Christian's a lot more funny in a self-deprecating kind of way than we've seen in past seasons. I really like him. Plus, he's from my hometown, Baltimore, so that makes me want to root for him even more too.
I kind of like him. I don't know. There's something about him. I can get behind him. I don't know. I like him.
Right. And then like after they win, like he's like talking about like the puzzle and like the what did he say? Like
I have it written. And, like, I have it written down.
Okay, do an impression of him.
Oh, I can't do an impression of this guy. I wouldn't even try. But it's like he's just like, well, yeah, it made sense because, you know, in the undergrad class, I did algorithms of puzzles.
Fade to another, him talking about it.
And I'm like, what kind of fucking undergrad class is algorithms of slide puzzles?
He just went on and on and on, and the editor's already having so much fun with him.
Well, I could have done it better if, you know, but it would have been done better within 3 seconds if I'd done it in 3
to another
seconds.
Confessional.
And I'm like, dude, Probst just said you did it in 5. That's like the first time that's ever happened.
Yeah. They really picked the right decision, like in particular with the puzzle though. That 15-piece like cube puzzle, that looked like impossible. Like I don't know like how they could ever get that in like a challenge and beat it. Because I have a puzzle similar to that in my apartment, and it's always like I do, and it's always like such a challenge to put together, and it takes me like, of course I like stop if I get frustrated with it, so I don't know like how much time realistically it takes to put together, but it's not an easy thing to do. So kudos to them for making the right decisions and setting up David on the right foot.
I recognize someone on the Goliath tribe because, you know, I'm into movies and TV and all that, and it was killing me. When I saw Mike, I'm like, what is he? I'm like, I know this guy. 1, why is he on the Goliath tribe? But anyway, but 2, I was like, I've seen him. Who is he? And then I realized when he started talking, he wrote Nacho Libre. He wrote School. He's responsible for School of Rock. He's real in solid with Jack Black, who I love. And, you know, he's an actor. So that to me, the fact that this guy is like, who needs an Oscar? I want to win Survivor. I want to find a hidden immunity idol. That was everything to a movie nerd and filmmaker like myself.
Yeah.
It was everything to me.
Yeah, I really had a great first impression of him too. In his bio, he said, why do you think you'll win Survivor? He answered, because I have the drive to win and I know the game. And they said, in Rob Has a Podcast, I'm kind of quoting them right now, but they said like, that's really simple. It's really like a not like over analysis of the game or anything, but it's very astute. It's very poised. It's very smart. And he's, of course, like, he's going to be really entertaining. My worry about him is that he is going to kind of cause chaos because he's like super aware of like the writing aspect of television. So he's gonna kind of be thinking in terms of a writer, in terms of like what's going to make the most entertaining like storyline, and he's gonna be thinking of himself as like a character in a show rather than playing like for himself. That's my only concern with him.
Yeah, I can see that. I can get on that.
So then we cut to Dan, who is the first of many who gets this like really deep kind of three-dimensional like edit from like a storytelling point of view. He's being shown really positively with like all this like heroic music about how he's like lost all this weight and like made like a better like choices for his life and everything like that. He's a police officer, so of course like that puts him in like the Tony category of like, can he do the same thing that Tony did type of thing. And then they, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, well, Dan. Oh, we have Thomas the Talker. Hello, welcome. I've never seen you before. Welcome to the chat. Dan from SWAT got on. I'm just gonna say this and then let you continue. He got on my last damn nerve. All he did was talk about himself.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh, Thomas the Talker is Joy-Con Thomas. Hello. Well, welcome. We love the new academy. I don't know. Dan got on my nerves talking about himself. How he got fat as a police officer, eating ices in McDonald's.
Yeah.
This guy's got he left a bad taste in my mouth. He just got on my nerves. That Cara chick got on my nerves. How dare they talk about Superman?
You know, like compared like I'm talking about edit real quick, but like compare like how positively they spun like that first scene with Dan and Kara together, where they're like, I'm your kryptonite, like I love like a blonde and beautiful type of woman, and are you calling me blonde and beautiful type of thing, like, and they just like they really hit it off, and like the whole scene like kind of sparkled in terms of like, oh, this is like the start of a really great love connection. You know, compare that to like Taylor and Figgy.
Should we go into detail of what happened with them? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And I have that on my notes to talk about.
Okay.
So compare that to like the kind of the tones that we were set with Taylor and Figgy right away, of like the Dodo music and like them like painting a target on themselves and making a mistake. I really feel like there's going to be some type of connection, like a positive thing that happens with Dan and Kara.
I just want to say that Dan is not the man in Allison's book.
Yeah. And that is, he is my winner pick. I think that he will do very well. He's just your classic like Survivor type of winner, in my opinion. So yeah, and Benita in the chat says Dan wanted a showmance already. It's crazy. Like even when he found his idol, which we'll get to later, he's saying like, yeah, like I got this idol like in front of all of these beautiful women. What more could I ask for? Like even in a confessional about him like winning this hidden immunity idol for himself on the first couple of days and securing his safety, his mind is like still like on the women.
Listen, and he's playing the game with his dick right now, and he had the immunity idol in his pants, and it was hanging around the neck of his dick. It was hanging around the right head. Okay.
Yeah. So then we also another thing I was surprised to see, and here's where we'll talk about it, is Alec was not getting the purple edit per se. Like he was getting like confessionals, and he was really being painted in this light of being like a positive attributes of the tribe, like physically.
Which one is Alec? I can't remember. I don't have his name.
Him and Kara are the ones that posted that picture on Instagram before the season, like the cast was released. So basically, he posted on Instagram that, and it really broke a lot of non-disclosure agreement rules with Survivor, and so everybody was kind of guessing that the edit would really like not show him at all, because production's like really pissed at Alec for doing this and revealing that him and Kara are on the cast. And if they're posting pictures together like outside in the real world, like of course they made a bond, and like therefore you would assume that like they made it pretty far into the game together probably. So take that for what it's worth. So that also answers kind of the questions with like what will happen with Dan and Kara. take that as you will. We have some new people in the chat. Deb is saying, I love Christian. Thomas the Talker is saying Christian and Larsa are his winner picks. And James is in the chat saying hi. Hi, James.
Hi, James. James Edwards is my mom.
Oh, hi,
under my
Allison's
dad's
mom.
name.
We need a picture.
Yeah, we do.
So, and then we cut to Natalie, and she's really rubbing people the wrong way here.
Yeah, I'm not into Natalie.
What do you think about that,
Allison? Here's what I've got. In this, you've got two of the older players, and I hate to kind of go of it, but you have Pat.
That's true.
Who is leading the charge of building the shelter on the David tribe. And then on the Goliath tribe, you have Natalie. She's not leading the tribe. She's she's directing. Hello.
She's finger pointing.
Hello. Oh my God. Hello. Over here. Hello.
Right.
You need to, can you slow down because you're talking too fast and you're doing it. I'm going to be honest with you. If there's any kind of person that intimidates me, Natalie is it.
Yeah.
I can't do people like her. I can't. Oh my God. Oh.
Yeah, so Natalie, she's really rubbing people the wrong way. We get these confessionals from Natalia saying that she's barking orders. Also, Natalia really rubs me the wrong way too. Like, I feel like Natalia was shown like all episode to be like putting blame on other people really quickly. So she's saying like Natalie's putting a target on herself, and then she's saying it's the same thing about Mike when Mike starts fighting like an idol. Like, she's the first one to say like, okay, well now we know who to target and stuff like that. Like, she's really quick to kind of have this like sting about her, and I'm really excited to see like if she's gonna turn into this like proper villain for the show.
I can see the Natalia being a somewhat villain, and I can also see like Natalie, like when Mike went off to look for the idol.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, "Where's Mike?" Da da da, and Natalie just flat out tells Mike, "Well, you're it now. Tag, you're it."
What did you think about that?
I thought it was like the two people who have targets on them now. I mean, like, if they have to pick between the two, I think the smarter decision would be to get rid of Mike because, and I hate to say that, but because he knows the game and he's deep in. I'm not saying Natalie doesn't know the game, but she would be a good, as Deb puts it, meat shield.
Yes, totally agree with that. And Natalie should be aware of the position that she's kind of put herself in with the other people in the tribe. Therefore, like, in my opinion, she should be burying Mike at this point. She shouldn't be going to him and saying like, hey, like, people are like considering you a target. She should see that her and Mike are the two targets like right off the bat in the Goliath tribe, and she should be trying to like do everything that she can to make sure that target shifts over to Mike. She should be back at camp having conversations like, yeah, like, I think Mike is looking for an idol, or like he told me that he had it like nearby or something like that.
Sorry, something fell on my desk.
No, you're okay. And then we cut to the David tribe, and overall, like, the dynamic of the David tribe compared to the dynamic of the Goliath tribe, totally different. So we see in the Goliath tribe, like, they're really, everybody's looking for idols right away, and everybody is kind of undermining each other and not assuming positive intent with one another right off the bat. And then we have a stark comparison to that with the David tribe, where we see right away, like, Elizabeth and Larsa like have this side deal where they're like, let's make an alliance, like nobody would see us coming, like we're from totally different opposite like ends of the earth and the spectrum and everything, and we think that we can make like a dangerous twosome. And then Christian and Gabby, I think this is like the first like nerd alliance that Survivor has ever seen. And
I like it.
I like it too, and I'm definitely rooting for it. But we get all these like really like one-on-one like personal connection type of dynamics. Like, we even get like a small scene from Carl and Davey, where they're kind of connecting too. It really didn't have anything to do with the game outside of their personal connection. But this kind of theme of the David tribe kind of connecting on a personal level really shines through this entire episode, and I think it's going to promote like a lot better communication than the Goliath tribe has. You know, we go like to the immunity challenge, and we see Dan is like screaming at John like, move, move, move.
Yeah.
And it like the attitude there was just totally bad. And I feel like the David tribe, like even though they lost the challenge, they were a lot more cohesive of a team. And I think that if the David tribe has an undoing, it's because they're not together and supporting one another as a tribe. Well,
Elizabeth said it best. I have her quote written down. Would you like for me to read it?
Yeah.
The David is inbred. Is inbred into David's to care. I had to go, okay, wait a minute. What did she say?
Wait, what?
Inbreed. It's inbreed. Like they've been inbred.
Yeah, my roommate said he was like, I don't think a Southern woman should be talking too much about inbreeding.
Yeah, I was like, oh, here we go. Yep. Here we go. We got Elizabeth over here talking about Davids are inbreeding, and that's why they care. Kyle, or not Kyle, what's his name? Nick is over here being lazy. Yeah. It's just, why?
Another thing that I had written down was the weather was really extreme this episode too, like right off the bat. And I don't know if like, was there like a storm or something, like, or like a hurricane or a monsoon or something?
I don't know, but it just, I mean, this is the most rain that I have seen in a while on Survivor. I mean, they just really, and you know, the funny thing is the David tribe seemed to have the most trouble with the rain at night when they had that shelter built.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean the David tribe was very lucky to have Pat. Like right when he got off the boat, the first boat, not the second boat, obviously. He was like, you know, I work in construction. Like, let's get this done. And he just really took charge. And
he not only works in construction, honey, he oversees 300 men and swings a hammer every day.
Every day, yes.
Every day.
But he, I don't know, like when you're doing the shelter building, and I feel like you can really easily come off like with a really bad first impression by kind of leading the charge of building the camp. And I think that he did a really great job of not doing that, of taking charge in like a really positive way. That's really encouraging and promoting, except with Christian's perspective. Like he's like, yeah, like Pat's like yelling at me a lot, but I mean, realistically, Christian probably wasn't being the most helpful out of everybody in the group. So,
but he was trying. He was really trying. And here's the funny thing. This is kind of something that I've noticed over the years of watching Survivor. It's always the people that take charge right away, especially when it comes to the shelter building, that get the target first.
Oh, absolutely. Because they establish themselves as a leader. And then the moment that something doesn't go right in the tribe, like as soon as they lose the challenge, they're going to blame the leader, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And then we cut to Angelina, and I am obsessed with this scene. So she's basically saying to, I think it was Allison, she was saying that she wants women to find hidden immunity idols. And I was really happy to hear this because she was like, well, this also told me that she was a super fan. She said that she read somewhere that only 15% of the idols that have been found and played have been by women. And that statistic is true. I mean, it's like, I think out of like 115 or so idols, like I want to say like 85 or so have been men. So that stat is pretty accurate. And I'm just really happy to hear that like we have some women that are trying to take charge and kind of change the statistic like in their favor. And she said that it's because like women like tend to stay at camp a lot and like tend to like the fire and the cooking and stuff. Like they don't have as many opportunities to go out and like use like their muscles to like gather supplies and stuff. Do you subscribe to this theory, Allison, or do you think it's another reason?
I do. I agree, because the men do tend to just kind of go, and the women kind of huddle together. And it's kind of, I guess, the female instinct to get things taken care of. You know, I'm not being anti-feminist before anybody tries to go. But I just thought it was funny how Angelina had an amazing point. I'm all for this. It really made me really think about, oh, she's right. She's got a point.
She is. And
then they cut to Mike, still looking for the idol. Even after he had been outed, he's still out there looking for the idol. And then, who was it? I have his Carl, or who, I can't remember his name. The black gentleman was talking about, well, I'm not gonna sit here and do all the work while everybody's looking for idols. Like, well, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna go look for the idol. Everybody was out there looking for the idol, and then it cuts to Dan going, everybody's out here looking for the idol, and it's in my pants. And at first I was like, whoa, what's he talking about, the idols in his pants?
Right.
Okay, where are we going with this? And then he reaches in and he pulls it out of his pants. And then that's the first time I've ever seen that, where they go back and show how he found it.
Yeah, I was really surprised too, because you're right, they normally don't do this. I was thinking, like, okay, like, did the camera crew just, like, not get the shot of him, like, finding it or something? But then they go back and then they show him, like, finding it, and what does he do? Like, the moment that he finds it, he instead of keeping it to himself, he gets Kara and Natalia to come over, and he's like, look what I found. So, like, on, like, day, like, 2 or 3 or whatever, 2 people outside of himself already know about the idol. Like, I don't think that that's a good move at all. He should have kept that to himself.
And Natalia is already kind of shaking things up a little bit.
Yeah, like, exactly.
But we've got to give him credit, because he doesn't know what we know and what we're seeing. So it's kind of like, I feel like she could make a problem. Sense. Yeah, it is common sense. I'm like going to put it in my pants or whatever, but it's like, what do you do in that situation if they know you're looking for it, and then all of a sudden there's a hole over there where there wasn't a hole 2 seconds ago, and I know it wasn't me, and I know it wasn't you, and there's one, and Deborah's standing over there. I'd be like, Deborah, drop your pants, strip. We're going to do a prison search. Cough, bend over, cough. Nothing, lift your boobs. I'm going all in. You got it. Don't lie to me.
Oh my God. And yeah, I mean, I totally agree with that. Like, he absolutely should have kept it to himself. Yeah, so we'll see, like, how that plays out. And we'll see, like, if this, like, say, like, Natalia, the next episode, like, tells Angelina about the idol. I guarantee you they get together and they're like, let's flush this. Like, let's be, like, women strong. Oh, Deb says, oh, yeah, cavity check. I could use a thrill.
Yeah, we all could. Been a while, you know what I'm saying?
Speak for yourselves.
I was about to say, not for you.
But yeah, so like we were mentioning earlier, so when Dan finds the idol, he says, I found an idol with the most beautiful girls around. Like, he's so focused on women. Like, I've never seen, like, a guy on Survivor, like, right out the bat just being, like, this horny, basically, you know?
Cara is not that hot. Natalia, I can see it, but, like, I don't get the whole thing.
I don't get the whole, like, blonde, like, why do straight men, like, love blonde so much? Like, why is that a thing?
Hell if I know. Why do they have to be tall, too? Why can't they be tiny? Why do they have to be big? Yeah, I'm like Learsa size over here, okay? Like, I'm short. I'm 4'11", man. I'm going to tell you something. If I had been on the David tribe, they would have taken one look at this 95-pound, 4'11" girl and been like, right there, little pip squeak over here, Topanga from Boy Meets World. Get her over here.
You kind of do look like Topanga.
I get that a lot, yeah.
Huh, I've never put that together, but you're right.
Don't ever bring it up again.
Okay, deal. And your mom says in the chat they usually aren't real blondes. That's a good point too.
That's true. That's very true.
Sage words of wisdom from Allison's mom there. So then we see.
Well, listen, hold on. I'm sorry. My mom did say something else, and then My mom said, as an older person, older people need not to come across as know-it-all, even if they do right off the get-go. And it's true. You got to keep it down if you're old, because I will say, when I'm in a group of young people who are lost and they're looking like that, my motherly instinct automatically kicks in to take care and help. But in any situation, you got to roll back. You got to, no.
So then we cut to David catching and finding an octopus.
Oh, I hope it was dead already. Because let me tell you something. Being me, it was horrible. As I'm watching this little octopus, and all I could think is he stabbing the octopus? Is he twisted alive? I'm like staring at it thinking, is that thing alive? Please tell me it's dead.
So, like, back in Survivor Game Changers, when they wanted to catch and kill, like, the goat.
Oh, that was horrible. I hated that.
You wouldn't do that?
No. I'll eat eggs all day long. I'm not... Look, the whole thing with the goat, though, Tyler, I spit my tongue. The whole thing with the goat is there was a baby goat around, too. You're going to kill that baby goat's mama? Look, somebody gave me shit last year when I went on a tangent on my show. Here's the thing. They act like they're never going to freaking eat again. You are going to eat again. You're getting voted out. You're going to Ponderosa. You're going to be drunk off margaritas and cheeseburgers for that. Calm down. Don't kill the mama goat and the baby goat. Eat the damn chicken eggs.
I don't know. I would consider it. And also I wouldn't. I wouldn't, but I also wouldn't think twice about killing a calamari or an octopus. Sorry, I was reading Deb in the chat. She says, I love me some calamari. And I agree with that. I would kill the octopus 100%.
The three of us on an island would be a nightmare because the two of you, it'd turn into Lord of the Flies. You guys would torture me and beat me, make me wear a diaper, and eat me. You'd let me die. You'd kill me, or whatever they were wearing, and you guys would kill me, and then you'd eat me.
Deb would make me go out and do all the actual hunting and killing, though. She would just be okay with eating it.
Deb would be the Natalie in the group. Deb would be like, hello.
Right.
Over here. Shouldn't you be over there? What the fuck are you two doing? I'm hungry. I need to eat. Come on.
So this was a really good moment for Davey right off the bat.
Yes.
I wrote down, we got so much personal character development in episode 1. And I don't know if that was just because we ended up not going to a tribal council at all. So we had a little bit of extra time to go through that. But I mean, they cut to Bee's story of having an abusive boyfriend. She's an MMA fighter. And also in her bio, I don't know if she mentioned in the show, but I believe she said that she left, she ran away from home or something at 15. Don't quote me on the year or anything like that. I'm not sure when, but it was at some point in her childhood. She really seems like a strong woman who's overcome a lot. And she said that she speaks to women and she really motivates them to be strong and independent and stuff like that.
Self-defense moves. She helps them with self-defense.
Yeah, I mean, she's incredible. I like her.
That whole scene was kind of came out of nowhere for me because the blonde girl, I can't remember her name, all of a sudden she's just in the tent, in the shelter crying and it's raining. That is every single episode of Survivor, there's somebody in the shelter when it's crying.
On the first or second day, too.
That would be me. I'd be like, oh, there.
You'd be like, I miss family. I miss Waffle House.
I miss a Waffle House. I need some blueberry I need the all-star breakfast for $8.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then let's see, what did I say? Yeah, I already touched on this before, but during the immunity challenge, I just think that the David tribe had such better communication and teamwork.
Yes. I liked who is it? Nick kind of made some sense a little bit, talking about how to get people to open up. He and Elizabeth, the thoroughbred, Here we go with the bread, the thoroughbred twosome. But I really liked Elizabeth and Lyrsa.
Yeah.
Together. I love how Lyrsa's like, nobody would see it coming. You're like the cowgirl, and I'm the punk rock lesbian.
Yeah. Elizabeth really reminds me of like an old school Survivor player.
She does, like really old school.
Yeah, like I could see her being cast on like Survivor Australia or Africa, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else is thinking that, but like especially her intro shot. I don't know if you've seen like the intro. They always put it on YouTube like the day before or whatever. But it really looks like an old school Survivor player, which is cool.
Dude, she's running around in Levi's and a freaking button-up shirt. I mean, like the typical braid. I mean,
production picks their clothes. Like they don't get like a say in that. So.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah, they're I mean like Cochran like never wears sweater vests, but they like put him in a sweater vest for his season of Survivor to kind of push this like nerdy archetype. And Deb is saying in the chat, it's great to have a crying meltdown. It makes you look weak and small and less of a threat. It's the reason why Aubrey lasted so long. They didn't think she was a threat. That's true. I mean, I don't think that like they are like, I think that that's a very real moment of breaking down, but it's still like advantageous long run, I guess. Yeah. So then we get to the medevac, unfortunately.
Well, hold on a second. I had the same thought when I was listening to Rob Has a Podcast the next day, and Rob Sestonino and I were on the same page of all of a sudden it comes back from commercial and it's showing the waves and all of this stuff. And I'm like, what is going on? I actually rewound my DVR. I was rewinding it. I thought maybe it skipped or I missed something.
Yeah.
And no, they go right into it. Pat got the shit knocked out of him by a fucking wave. Let me tell you something real quick. If that had been Allison S. Kelly, she would have been knocked the fuck out of that boat by that big old wave, and y'all never would have seen me again. I would have been gone back. Where's the little nugget? Where's the the one with the little southern high pitched little twerk? The annoying one. Where's she go? We want the fly swatter. Where the hell is she? You know. Oh, she's gone. So does that mean we're not going to tribal tonight? Okay.
So a lot of people had questions like, why didn't they show this? Like, what happened? It was a very weird segment altogether. And I agree with that, but it's like, of course, like they don't want like the viewers to really know that they're transported by boat. Like, of course, like with this is common knowledge, but like every tribal council, like they get the shot of them like walking down the beach, like with the what's it called? This is not a motion I should be doing on.
Oh yeah, well, right there, we're both doing it. Something that they light. What the fuck is that called? I can't
even. Fuck, this is gonna bother me.
That represents light. You put
torch.
Oh, how do the two of us not know what a torch is?
Because we're idiots. So yeah, like those shots of them like grabbing their torch and walking down the beach, and then them like walking into tribal council, and it's like late at night. Like they make it seem like it's like this like journey that they like are walking like from like dusk till dawn type of thing. But they actually get in a car and they drive them over there.
I always pictured like they're doing all of this, and like here's their little where they are, and like it's right there. Like, and they're just walking to it. But they get in a boat, they get in a car. It totally defeats the purpose of freaking Survivor. If they have to get in a boat, they should be rowing that little bastard, and then they should have to walk and not have the luxury of sitting in a car seats.
Yeah, but then like I feel like they would be more exhausted because they're exerting like so much more energy than they already like don't have to begin with. And then we probably wouldn't get as many great TV moments of strategy and like all these like dramatic moments and stuff like that. I mean, even like once the tribal's over, like they get back in the car and they are like on total lockdown. Like they're not allowed to speak at all until they drop them off at the beach. And we get those moments of like, what the fuck happened type of thing. But anyway, so back to our point about the medevac, like it was a weird like scene that they put together, but that's because they're not filming them like riding in like automated like vehicles and boats and stuff like that. So that's like why. But they made a good point that like that's how real the show is, that like they're getting in these like dangerous boats, like even like yeah, even though like somebody's like driving them on a boat, like it's still like a dangerous environment to be living in. And we saw firsthand with Pat being medevaced, and you could just tell by the way he was breathing, that was a really, really painful injury.
I couldn't tell what was going on at first, because like when they were saying, he kept saying, I can't. I thought he meant he can't go on, but what he was really saying is it can't. And that's when I was like, oh my God, this is horrible.
Yeah, he really wanted to be there, and he's like, not this way, not this way. And poor guy. I mean, it was really like emotionally charged first episode. Like we saw like Gabby crying. I think we even saw like Nick crying.
Yeah.
It was a really emotional moment, and like he really like kind of set up like the David tribe for victory, with like this really great shelter and everything, and they would be so lost without him, and it's really sad and really discouraging that they lost him right away. But then of course Jeff Probst has to come out and sound like an asshole, because you know he comes out here and he comes out here and he's like, you know, this really goes back to the theme. You guys have had a pretty shitty life. You guys are on the David tribe. Of course this would happen to you guys. Like he like ties this like really like life-threatening injury into like the theme of the fucking season that like dissipates after 3 or 4 episodes.
It's like, Jeff, who rang your bell? Get back in. Stop acting like you came out of the woods. Nobody believes that your ass has been in the woods this whole time. You were on the luxury yacht that circled around and let your little tail out, and you come flying out of the woods like you've been in there the whole damn time living in a fucking treehouse.
Yeah.
Go.
Get the fuck out of here with that.
Yeah, get out of here.
I was really annoyed at that. I was rolling my eyes the whole time.
Yeah, because he was like hovering over him, talking to him. He was like, so what are you saying? Pat, I can't understand you. Can you speak clearly? Please, for the love of God, do you want to finish playing the game or not? I'd been like, does this answer your question, Probst? If it were me.
Hold on, I'm writing in the chat. Okay, so thankfully, I was worried that they would still have to go to tribal after this. Thankfully, they didn't. Jeff is like, we're not doing tribal tonight, and also here's your flint for fire, which was really kind of undeserved, but still great that they got it.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I overall like a really great premiere. We really have some fantastic characters too, and I'm really excited to see where we end up. So Allison, I'm writing it down this time. So I want you to lock in for me your 3 winner picks for this season.
Davy, Bi, or is it B?
It's B.
But it's spelled B-I. I've been calling this bitch Bi. Okay.
So when they say bye to her, they're like, bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye. Davy, Bi, and I'm going with Christian. Just because you can't count the nerd out.
Sure.
He's so smart, and but I think that he is good in a way that I don't think he'll be overbearing, and I think he'll be more nerdy in his DRs or whatever they call it. What do they call it? Survivors. It's not diaries or confessionals. I think he'll be more crazy in his confessionals. I think if I have a side pick, somebody that I'm not saying will
like
win,
a dark horse.
That a dark horse who will make it, I could see Gabby.
Okay.
as long as she doesn't come across as annoying, because sometimes they make the decision to get rid of annoying people first, but I don't think she really will come across that bad. But that's my kind of dark horse.
So Deb has one winner pick so far. Stay tuned for whoever she needs to pick two more, but apparently she's dead right now.
She's half dead.
She's half dead, excuse me. So apparently you cannot be half dead to pick your winner picks. But she is Team Christian too. So we'll see how Christian plays out. My three winner picks are Gabby, like you said. I think she's really one to watch this season. I was talking before about how I like Allison's chances. I think that she could do really well as well. I really could see her like ending up being like a Kim Spradlin type of player in this game. And then last but not least, I have Elizabeth as my third winner pick. We saw 3 different times that she was having a one-on-one conversation, making an alliance with somebody. So like everybody wants to work with her. And I think that that's not a bad way at all to start the game. So
who's your dark horse? Do you have like a dark horse or somebody you think will make it, maybe not win, but make it far?
B.
Yeah, I think she'll make it far too. But listen, I'm just throwing it out there. I picked the winner of Survivor. Wendell.
You did. You are the reigning champion. So we'll see if you still hold the crown.
JC was in my top 3 for Big Brother 20. Yeah. Thomas, the talker, Joy-Con Thomas says Christian, Mike, and Lyrsa for him. Auburn Payne says she likes Christian, but she doesn't. That's her pick, but she doesn't think he'll win.
I agree with that.
Joy-Con Thomas says, yeah, Elizabeth too. Yeah. So, but yeah, I just want to say I'm real excited about this season. The only thing is about this episode that got me is it was so drawn out. I hope all the episodes aren't like this. I think it had to do with the fact that they didn't have a tribal council and Pat got hurt, because I kept checking the clock like, dude, we're going to go to freaking what the fuck? How long are we going to harp on people being bossy while building shelters? Okay, we get it.
No, I agree that like the pacing was definitely slow, but I think it's because not only did we not have a tribal council, but it was an hour-and-a-half premiere. And plus, like, I was just so looking forward to the finale of Big Brother 20 that I was very distracted. So,
I was very distracted too. Like, I was so like, you know, and it was funny, but I did actually enjoy taking my notes on the second watch because I knew what was coming and it was easier for me. As well, when I normally watch the show on Wednesday, I'm like looking, I'm like, I have to like kind of like, I'm always a few minutes late because I'm having to rewatch. Yeah. But I'm excited. I love Big Brother. I'm obsessed with it. But I really love Survivor because there aren't really spoilers. You don't really know what's going to happen. You kind of go off the edit. The producers can lead you. Like last year, we experienced a lot of twists and turns, and we didn't know what was really going to happen. We thought somebody was going to go home, and it was another person. That's what's exciting to me about this show. Like the only spoilers that came out of this season so far were Cara and who's the guy? Alec and Cara being stupid, posting on freaking social media. Because let me tell you something, you young children out there, you need to calm down with posting everything on freaking social media, and you need to calm down with reading in so much to what people freaking post. Man, it's not that big a damn deal. I couldn't even make a damn joke the other day without some crazy feminist coming after my ass. I mean, literally, I was trying to make light of the situation, not making fun of anybody. Everybody's all high strung over this Kavanaugh shit. And I'm just trying to make people laugh because that's what Allison S. Kelly does. And the next thing I know, I got feminists telling me that I have no issues with women getting gang raped. Holy shit. I'm like, calm down, man. I got nothing but love for everybody. Just relax. But everybody's got to get on the to get on, just post everything. Stop posting so much. If you're on Survivor, be on Survivor and wait till the damn show comes out, and then you can be all about posting stuff. Just chill out.
Yeah, so we'll. I agree with that. And shame on Alec and Kara for. I mean, their caption for the Instagram was literally, it said "fuck it." So like they knew that they were doing something wrong. They were admitting it, and they said, "I don't care about this." So
were they drunk? Because a lot of people post weird shit when they drunk.
Your guess is as good as mine, but yeah, I'm very excited to see like where the season will take us. I won't be joining the show on Wednesday because I will be in the audience of the live know-it-alls for Rob Has a Podcast on Wednesday. So I'll be.
You're cheating on me.
I am. Sorry.
You need to get Rob Sesternino to give us a shout out, please, for the love of Jesus. Say, I'm Tyler Lyons. I'm on my weekly meltdown, and we love you.
I should go because they do like live questions and stuff. I should be like, so, I mean, as like past Survivor like players, like I feel like I'm on the verge of having like my weekly meltdown or something like that. Just like slip like the name of the show like into the question.
Just go, I'm Tyler Lyons from my weekly meltdown.
I don't know about that.
Or you could slide. Are you ashamed of this? Are you ashamed?
No, I'm not ashamed. I just feel like they would like excommunicate me or whatever. But as like trying to like promote, like use like Rob's platform to promote.
Okay, we'll just slide it in there somehow.
You know we don't like that, Allison.
No, we don't. But I have no shame.
Yes, we do not like promoting other stuff on people's shows.
That's right. Unless it's Rob Has a Podcast and we're gonna fucking promote this show on ours.
Exactly. So I'm excited to be watching that show. I think Wendell and Dominic and a bunch of other irrelevant people from Ghost Island will be in the audience. So I'm excited to not talk to them because that season sucked. But I'm still excited to watch the recap and everything. And my friend who watches Survivor like every season and we do a bracket together, she always comes up from Philly for the taping too, because I always get 2 tickets for us. So it'll be a cool experience and we'll see. But just overall in general, like I'm really excited about this season. I'm excited to see like what the dynamics will be between the David and Goliath tribes like once they swap. We had a lot of people just casually mentioning on the David tribe tonight, like, oh, the Goliath tribe seems like really great, nice people. You know, like I feel like we heard that like 2 or 3 times. So I wonder if that's like foreshadowing like the Goliath tribe like really succeeding here.
I always look forward to it when they start eating themselves alive.
Right, exactly. So we'll see. But did you have any other notes or anything?
Let me see here. Let's look at it. No, I don't have any notes. I'm just looking forward to it. We'll be back. Well, Deborah and I will be live Wednesday immediately after Survivor, and it's only an hour. Thank Jesus. We might have third, or it might just be all bitches. You know?
Yeah, so Deb will definitely be there on the show.
Recuperating. Yeah. Well, yeah. Like I'm gonna sit. Or I'll just do it by my damn self. Won't be my first rodeo.
That's true. Well, yeah, I will. I can't wait to watch the show as a viewer this coming week.
Oh, look. Somebody's walking in the background. Your most favorite thing. At least they're not spider crawling across the floor like your old roommate.
Yeah, I was like, what is that?
That was like the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see, but that's it for me tonight.
That's it. I'm working on a little show. Deb says she doesn't know if she'll be on the show Wednesday. She might be in intensive care by then. Bitch, you will do the show from the ER. Do you hear me?
And you will have 2 more winner picks for us.
And you will have 2 more winner picks. That's it. Yeah, so we'll be back Wednesday. We won't usually do this on Mondays, but we'll be back Wednesday. I think it's 9, 8 Central. And I discussed this earlier. I'm putting together a weekly show just talking about all the TV shows that I've been watching, the trash TV. I think Andreas is going to be one of the people that's going to do that. I don't know if Tyler will be up for that or not, because, he's busy making wedding photos.
Yeah, we'll see like how it works with like scheduling and stuff. So.
Yeah. So, and of course, Deborah, as always. So that's it for tonight. Thank you so much for everyone in the chat. We love you guys so much, and we will see you guys Wednesday. And also, please subscribe to My Weekly Meltdown on YouTube and like the Facebook page, My Weekly Meltdown. We're the only one. You can follow me on Instagram at the.memphis.darling, and my cat, Finley, he has his own Instagram. It's Finley, Finley's Insty, and it's FINLEYS _INSTI, Finley's Insty. Because, yeah, I'm that person. And I'm on Twitter at Summers, SOMMERS 1977. And my cat has a Twitter too, but that's like enough. I'm freaking myself out. Yeah. Tyler, how can people find you?
You can follow my photography account at Scratch Studios NY, and you can follow my personal account on T Lyons with 2 Z's on both Twitter and Instagram.
Okay, guys, we will see you guys Wednesday night. Thank you so much for watching.
Bye.
Bye.